You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 29 of season 2 of the Dialed In Show. I'm in town, Steven's out of town.
Yes, I'm out of town and I don't know how this shot looks because I'm doing it on my phone, but how's everybody doing?
Look, I was about to say, can we hear their response?
You was going to say what?
Like, can we hear their response? You saying, how is everyone doing? But I
How are
hope
you doing?
all of y'all are doing good.
How are you doing?
Fine. Just trying to get out of July.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying it's fine. Years progressing, and we about to be, we're on the tail end of the year almost. We're headed that way.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm in
um,
Austin for work, so out of town. Well, you've done the show from a hotel more than me, but yeah.
yeah, we have y'all. I just thought about this. The Dialed In show has gone across the country. The Dialed In show has gone international.
Oh,
Um, we've been all over the place.
yeah, we have.
We should try to do an episode in a country that's banned, like
What?
that's like a country that Trump don't want us to go to.
What?
We should do. You can hear me, or you just saying what?
No, I can hear you. I'm just saying what?
Oh, I'm saying because half the countries there's really nothing wrong with them. Um,
Okay, so
like
what?
there's several countries. Like what am I trying to get at?
What country?
There's countries in Africa.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
Nowhere crazy. I'm not saying go to Ukraine. Not. I mean that
You'll
actually
be on
probably
that
would
trip
be
by yourself.
that actually would probably be cool. Now you should go. You a reporter.
So at our Alpha National Convention in Philly, the president of what is it, Liberia? He's an Alpha. I don't know why he wasn't able to
Mm.
be there. He was supposed to be there, and so someone else was there, and they were reading a proclamation on his behalf. Then everyone stood up and clapped, and one of my frat brothers at the table with me was like, "Dang, we really like Liberia or something." I was like, "The president is an Alpha." He was like, "Oh."
He didn't realize it,
Yeah, he's like, I was like, nah, just Liberia is just reading a resolution at our national convention gala for no reason.
and he speaks great English.
He speaks great English. He
Hmm.
speaks better English than some people at this table.
Yeah, yeah. That was such a foolish moment.
Oh.
I
We
swear.
so I'm in Austin because the special session started, which has been very critical for multiple reasons. One, the deadly flood that happened while you were kind of in Texas. Well, it was right before, it was right after, but no, it was while you were in Texas. And then the governor added redistricting to the agenda, which people did not predict would happen. And it's because Republicans are nervous, it's primarily Trump, that they may lose their majority in the House or Congress. So President Trump is hoping that Texas can create 5 Republican seats that Republicans can win. Um, so that's been the talk of the town here in Texas this week.
I just think it's a very dangerous thing. I think there are certain lines that neither side, Republican or Democrat, should cross because once you do it, now that means the other side gets to do it when they
Yep,
get
that's
in
true.
control.
That's true.
So I think they should just leave it alone because now 4 or 5, 6 years from now, when the Democrats do it,
hmm
then don't nobody need to be saying anything.
But people will say stuff. That's the thing about politics. It's like, and this is both sides. Like people criticize things until they're in the majority, and then when they're in the majority, they're kind of like, oh, it's fine. But when they're not in the majority, then it's not fun. So that's
And
interesting.
it's just human nature. We do that with everything.
Yeah.
Poor people criticize the rich till they get some money. Rich people criticize the poor till they go broke. So it's like,
Yeah.
how about everybody just chill out? Be happy where you are. Just
Be
stop trying to affect other people.
Hmm. True, true, true. Well, it's been the talk of this week. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, and known for some other shows, lost his life over the weekend. He drowned while he was out of the country, and everyone's been reacting to it. I think he was 54. No, not old. What is your fondest memory or initial thoughts about him passing?
I mean, obviously it's sad, and my I think everybody's memories from Cosby's Show. I mean, that whatever he did after, I don't really remember. I think he was in, like you said, a few different shows, but nothing compared to Cosby Show.
Yeah.
So he'll forever be Theo. That was immediate. Like I didn't even know his real name. So when I saw the pictures and stuff, I just Theo died. Um, I hate that he drowned and he died out of the country. From one of his most recent interviews, he mentioned that he talked to his father like the day before that interview. So I'm assuming his father's still alive. So I hate that for his. He didn't say that his mom was still alive. At least I didn't hear that.
Hmm.
But I hate that for his parents. I hate it for Bill Cosby. I heard. I can't think of her name, but somebody was on the phone with Bill Cosby, and
Jerika
he was
Duncan. Jerika Duncan interviewed him.
yeah, and was saying, how dedicated he was and how seriously he took knowing his lines and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a sad loss, but I want to know more about exactly how he drowned. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, the report that I saw, it said the tide pulled him in, like it was a strong
Mm,
tide, and some people actually were able to get him, but it was kind of too late. Like he was able to be like retrieved, or I don't want to say saved because in my mind, saved means you live. But
yeah.
people were able to get to him, and it was just too late. But apparently, the tide was strong, and so I don't know what time of day it was or anything. We'll probably figure out more details and hear more things. But definitely said my favorite scene, and it was the scene that a lot of people were posting on Monday, was I'm gonna say it wrong. Is it Gordon Cantrell or Gantrell? When his sister, he bought a shirt, it was super expensive. So he took it back, and his sister was like, "Oh,
$30.
thank you, one." He said, "Is this my shirt?
Yeah.
Is
But
this the shirt?"
it shows you inflation because he was tripping over $30.
He said, "Is this the shirt I paid you $30 for?"
Yeah.
That was one of my
Yeah.
favorite scenes. That's one of my favorite scenes. Oh,
Have you ever spent money on something and it didn't turn out to be what you thought it was gonna be?
yeah. I've spent money on like a suit or a shirt or something, and I don't know why, but like I couldn't take it back. And so it's like you
Mm.
just got this, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll take this to Goodwill or something.
One thing I have learned about myself is now when it comes to like maybe accommodations like a room or something, okay, luxury stuff is nice. But when it comes to food, I don't like all that expensive bougie stuff.
Well,
I
Micah does not like bougie food. Let's put it
no.
because no, you like expensive steak. That's bougie to some people.
Well, but that's just meat. If you give me
That's bougie though.
but all the other little foo stuff and every, mm-mm, mm-mm. And Nobu is so nice, but the food is disgusting.
It is not. I've been.
No, mm-mm.
You don't like bougie food. I went to it wasn't, it was half bougie restaurant Monday night. Uh, and yeah, I was just looking at the prices. I was like, okay. But I enjoy the experience and it's a whole thing. You don't like bougie food and appetizers and we got some appetizers when Micah was in Dallas, and Micah was like, mm.
Yeah, like what is this? And then they just make up stuff, man. If you don't go just put something in a skillet and bring me some normal food.
Michael, was we had one of the appetizers. It was like small bites, right? One of the appetizers was basically a chicken nugget, a fried chicken nugget with caviar on top.
Yeah. Like who sat in a room and said, let's put some fish eggs on a chicken nugget?
But it was good. It was good.
Then something had like some type of cream cheese in the middle of it or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just give me regular
And
food.
then I
Oh,
got mad. I was like, okay, the one regular thing on the appetizer plate was some deviled eggs, and you didn't even eat like that.
they did too much. They was doing too much. Hmm. Yeah, nah. I don't like spending my money on expensive, fancy foods
So the only expensive thing you buy is a steak and nothing else.
or chicken that's just like
What chicken is that?
grilled or baked or something like that.
What
No,
chicken is
I'm saying you. Well, some places it costs too much money. Chicken does.
like how much?
I don't know. I'm saying if I can go get and I don't know when last time I bought chicken like this, but if I can go get a 20 piece for however much it costs, you could
Mhm.
go to a restaurant and spend that amount on one piece of
Oh,
chicken.
yeah. It's because of the location, the ambiance, the experience. Just like you could buy a bottle of water and it changes
Yeah,
price
but
5 different places.
yeah, you get you some fancy water. But at the end of the day, as long as you get it in you, it don't matter. You drink you some tap water. I remember growing up. I'm sure we probably had bottled water, but the more I think about it, I don't remember having bottled water when we was growing up. I don't remember that.
I don't think we had a ton of it. We
Do
had
you
it.
remember that?
We had it the older we got.
Yeah, but like as kids, you ain't had no bottled water. I'm just uh maybe if you went to a concession stand and but you wasn't gonna buy no bottle of water. But you
We
I
had
don't know. I
Deer
don't
Park
remember
at
that.
home.
I remember we had bottled water at home.
Deer Park, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember that. I remember, and here's why I'm saying I don't really remember that because I vividly remember, and maybe I just didn't want to go get the bottle of water. I don't know, but I vividly remember like having a cup and going to the bathroom and getting water out the sink and drinking it, and that was good water.
See, I don't remember really getting water out the
Tap
sink.
water was good water,
I don't remember really getting water out the sink.
especially you put ice in it.
I do remember getting ice water at home, but we had bottled water. Not your entire childhood, but we had bottled water.
Mm, I don't remember it.
Ooh.
I don't remember.
Oh,
And nor did we have like where you can get water out the refrigerator. We ain't had
yeah, we
that.
didn't
I know we
have
didn't
that.
have that.
No.
Uh, and so that's why I'm trying to really think where did we get water from? Well, you know what? I don't know where y'all got water from. I got water out the sink. That's where I know I got water from.
I got
I don't know
water
where
out
y'all got
the
water
sink, but
from.
I'm pretty certain mom started buying bottled water. We would get cases of water from Kroger.
I don't remember that.
We had water. Kamala Harris launched her campaign for president a year ago this week. And my, how so much has happened in that
Such a
year.
disappointment. It,
In what way?
it was a big flop. It
There were multiple factors as to why she
But
lost.
yeah, and this isn't a and now that I can read again, I might actually start back reading. Uh, well, one of these books, maybe it was the original Sin. I don't know which one it was, but um, not to just be dumping on Joe Biden, and we're gonna talk about somebody connected to him in a little bit, but um, he played a big role in her losing.
He played a role.
Well, your opinion is a role. My opinion is a
I think the economy was the economy. That was not going to
but I
change.
still think he played a big role.
Her being a woman was a woman, and that
Yeah,
was
she
not
was
going to
a
change.
woman. She was a woman of color. There's so many variables that went into play, but I mean, hopefully one day, sooner than later in our lifetime, there's a viable candidate, a female candidate that can actually pull it off. Um, I don't think it's going to be a woman of color, at least not the first
Mm-hmm.
one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that they ran a good play, kinda, as far as her with an older white looking man. But who the nominee should have been, and I don't remember what's the governor, what state is it? That
Omar
yeah.
Shapiro.
Now that's who it should have been. He still might have lost, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have had a much better shot. Because really, when you look at it, depending on how you look at the numbers, especially if you're talking about electoral college, depending on how you look at it, it there was a possibility of a Democrat winning.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like
Sure, there's a possibility the world could
I
end
know, but
tomorrow.
I'm
Like when.
saying it wasn't like it just wasn't possible at all. It was there was a possibility. She just wasn't the right person.
Mhm. Was she not the right person, or was it not the right time? Is what you really should be
Same
asking,
difference.
because the economy was what the economy was. Joe Biden dropped out with 107
Hmm.
days, is what it was. It's multiple factors. It's not just she
Well,
wasn't the right person. We don't
but
know
I
that.
think I'll put it to you like this, and I can't think of another person's name. What's the quarterback for Atlanta right now? What's his name?
Michael Penix
I don't
Jr.
know. Yeah. So if you were in the fourth quarter and you either had the
Hmm.
option of putting him in or Tom Brady, who would you put in?
But
It
that's
is
not
the
the same.
same.
That's not the same.
It makes
That's
a
not the
difference who
same.
you
That's
put
not the same.
in.
Because if it's the fourth quarter, regardless of what I put Tom Brady in, if his ass is down 25 points, that don't mean he's gonna come back and win.
Now, him in particular,
Putting Tom Brady in the fourth quarter down one touchdown, yeah.
but still, which one would you rather put in? Which one has the best shot? Tom Brady does.
But that's still not apples to apples. Because Shapiro ain't proven, nobody just voted for him on the national level, so you don't know
And
how
he
he
a
would have
white
done.
man.
But I'm saying you don't know how he
We
would
don't
have
know how
done.
she would have done. And she didn't.
Okay, so you can't
I'm
compare
just
both.
saying, I think, first of all, I always go back to my original plan of what I think Joe Biden should have done. I think from jump at year 3, he should have resigned. And
But that's
no,
misleading
it
the
ain't.
voters.
Well,
Yes, it
it
is.
seemed like he misled all of us anyway. So, I mean, with his whole all of a sudden finding out he has stage 4 cancer.
Leave that man's health. Jeez,
And
Mike.
I'm just speaking on facts. And it is a fact that according to him, it was all of a sudden that they just found out. That's a fact according
Uh-huh.
to him. Now I don't think that's a true
Yeah.
fact, but that's what he say happened. And
Mm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, things have come out that just don't add up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you can't tell me, and this isn't what we were trying to get into, but you can't tell
Mm-hmm.
me, first of all, that's not true. Ain't no way he just found that out. That's not true.
I agree on part of that, especially with us having a cancer experience of our own.
Yeah.
I and him having all the doctors that he
Right.
has.
You
Yeah.
supposedly the most protected, most powerful man in the world, and your doctors couldn't catch that you had prostate cancer, which
Yeah.
is, especially in our society, one of the most easily detected cancers there is. So that's BS. Ain't no way they didn't know. I said that to say
Mhm.
it's very difficult for me to believe that Kamala Harris did not know he had cancer. It's that's very difficult for me to believe that. Because now, if he was able to keep that from her too,
Mhm.
his doctors and stuff deserve a prize. Because how do you keep something like that a secret for that long? Ain't no way
I guess
Joe
sign the
Biden.
NDA.
Ain't no way he didn't get treatment, even if it was a pill. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, why would she?
You said, why would she need to know that?
Why would she know that?
Well, if I was her, I would feel betrayed because if she didn't know, because why wouldn't you
Hmm.
tell? I'm the one who signed up to. If you die, I'm gonna take your job.
Yeah. Hmm.
You should let me know that you got cancer. I think that's something that she should have known. So I think Joe Biden screwed it all up. If you just want my flat out answer, and
Well, you gave your answer.
I mean, and I like Joe. You know, the whole "we did it, Joe." You know, I like Joe, but do I think Joe screwed some stuff up? And we might as well go ahead and segue into this. Joe pardoned his son. Joe got to the end, and we don't know what Joe did all 50 something years of him being a public servant, but Joe got to the end and said, I'm just gonna be a gangster. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. Like,
He said, "Why not?" Other people, the occupant of the office right now gets to do what he wants. So what's the difference?
I think the difference
Is how he's looking at
I
it.
think the difference with
Why do I? He's looking at why do I have to be a statesman? Why do I have to be this guy when the other guy
but I
doesn't?
think the difference with this is a lot of these things we're talking about with Joe Biden directly, blatantly benefited him personally. Whereas,
Yeah.
we kind of say Trump does stuff that benefits him, but it's not like and I'm sure he would do it, but it's not like he flat out in front of everybody did something for his son. Or
Hmm.
now, even though they're trying to say that some of this stuff is just normal because he's old, he's starting to have some little health things, Donald Trump. And
Hmm.
who shakes somebody's hand so much that they hands bruise? That's that's malarkey. That's what that is on his hand. You know how them old white people hands start going black? That's that's what that is. And they just don't want to show that. That's what that is. He need a better makeup artist for his hand. 'Cause
Oh, wow. Okay, and moving on, Hunter Biden went on a rant. He was doing an interview, and he said, "F George Clooney," and oof, yeah, George Clooney when he found out that Joe Biden was deteriorating, um, politically, mentally, physically, whatever you want to say. Um, Hunter Biden went off. Did y'all see this? If y'all did not see it, search the video. Hunter Biden said F George Clooney. He was, Fox News ran with that. They were.
yeah. I think
What did you think of that?
I think Joe Biden started to do what all I'm trying to not use an insulting word, but leaders who don't know when to sit down is what Joe Biden
Hmm.
started to do. Joe Biden is a public figure. You open yourself up to public criticism. So, I mean,
Yep.
I don't see a big issue with. And then the writing was on the wall that Joe Biden was deteriorating. That Joe couldn't walk that good anymore. Joe couldn't complete his sentences. Jill answered all his questions. So, all right, Hunter, and I like Hunter Biden, except all the crack stuff, but I like Hunter Biden. Your dad signed up for this job, and your dad didn't know when to sit down. So
Yep.
people are gonna say what they're gonna say. I think he just got a personal issue, obviously, against George Clooney. I mean, because
Well, he feels like he betrayed his dad and the party. Well, his dad,
who
really.
really? But and this is really making it sound like I'm so anti Joe Biden, and I'm not. But who really did the betrayal? Uh,
It's an interesting question.
Ruth Bader
Interesting
Ginsburg.
trend.
I always bring her up.
Oh,
Like,
you brought her up last
because
week.
these older people, they gotta know when, okay, pass the baton. Then you put
Mm-hmm.
society in a position to where now we've got to be in the hands of these maniacs. Then I'm talking about specific people. I'm not calling Republicans maniacs. I'm just talking about specific people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and I was about to say Al Gore, not Al Gore or Al Green. What's that man name? What's the Matt Gaetz? Um, yeah, all those type of people. Like, and it's a minority. And here's the other thing. And I just want to say this. I don't think I've ever said this before on here. Republicans, all of y'all's heroes, or all the people that you like, even if you just go to what's his name? John Boehner, was that his name? And Matt Ryan, all these people, Mitt Romney. Why you think all of them are just, they've walked away from government? It's not because they were so part of the establishment, even though they were. It's because they say this stuff is crazy. They tell you these
Yeah.
Republicans now aren't the traditional conservative Republican. So, man,
And some Democrats ain't the same.
well, if you look in the AOC and all them 3 or 4 women, then no, we not. But I can't think of their names. I don't know their names, but you know who I'm talking about. They called themselves something at one point. Yeah, I don't know. If you really liked Reagan and Bush, then people don't like what's going on now.
Yeah. It's different, but you have to, in politics, you have to change with the times so that you can stay in power. And that's what Republicans do. Yeah. All right, to end on a better note, it's not a lighter note, but it's a better note. This is something Micah would do. And it's weird, but we're morbid about death in a way. This grandmother created her entire own funeral program like 10 years ago. Got the picture, got the paper, all the pictures, got who's speaking, who's singing. Now that's great, but also you don't know if any of those people may not be gone by the time you're
Well, she
gone.
said she was gonna update it.
But that sounds like something you would do. Would you create your own funeral program?
It was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I said to myself, I said I really should do that, because what it allows you to do is to have things set up the way you want them set up, and you're not, leaving it to other people. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, she had the whole thing, and it wasn't like printed on.
Did the whole
Yeah, and it wasn't printed on just like regular printing paper. No, like it was the actual funeral program. Like, yeah, it was. Hey, I think I'm gonna try and get mom to do it. I think everybody should do it.
So you're gonna go ahead and plan your mom's funeral program?
Yeah, why not?
Because she's not dead.
She's gonna be one day, and what if it was unexpected? I think
You just saying you want her to have what she wants.
right. I think we did a good job, in my opinion, of putting things together for Dad. But I think if Dad had the option of putting the
Yeah,
program
but you
together,
didn't put it together. You didn't put together the year, the time, the date we found out he had cancer. You didn't put it together then.
no,
Okay, so I'm saying your mom, who's in decent health, why would you put something together for her right now?
because when you know better, you do better. You.
Oh,
So I'm just saying, I think if Dad had the opportunity to be in the room to say, okay, this is exactly what I want it to look like, I think he would have appreciated that.
or he just trusted that the people who he left behind knew what he wanted.
Well, one thing about it, he can't say whether he liked it or not. So,
And with that, we're in the show. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week.
Bye.